Black Clover had an insane 1.5 year time skip. Well, today, I'll break down every new power.
This is exactly what I've been waiting for. This is exactly what I've been waiting for.
Now, for the past 1.5 years, Asta had trained relentlessly. In volume 23.5, it showcases the events after Conrad, in which Asta faces off against all of the Black Bulls on his own at the same time. This is before he had achieved the imperfect devil union via training with Nog. Now, as you'd expect, Magna's flames are fodder for Asta, as he easily deflects with his black divider. Luck, Gorsh and Zora try to attack, but again, Asta easily defends with his black hurricane. Noelle tries to then put her husband in place by unleashing Sea Dragon's roar, which amounts to nothing as he smirks. Even when they sync together and attack all at once, Asta manages to parry them all away, which is when Julius decided to contribute by secretly coordinating the attack of the bulls through Finral's magic. They all combined and Grey converted Noelle's water to oil, which Luck then set on fire with his magic, forcing Asta into the air, where Charmy hit him with a surprise hit. This strategy got them the win against Asta, but as they reveal, it was actually all thanks to the brilliant thinking of Julius. However, Julius knows better than anyone that an attack of this level was the only chance they had against this goat. At this moment, Asta glazes the Black Bulls in their skill, and after using the Imperial Sword in the movie, it gave him insight into the past Wizard Kings. He found out that the Black Bulls' teamwork to be reminiscent of strategies used by them in battles, declaring once again that these dudes are actually the strongest squad in the series, even all the way back then before the time skip training even occurred. Now, at that moment of time, a sense of dread overcame Asta as a massive black slash cut through the sky, forcing Asta to gather all his remaining strength to defend himself against Yami. The captain of the Black Bulls proceeded to explain that Asta's control over anti-magic is too weak, leaving him wide open, making his defense inconsistent. Now, in the Hino country, Ryu came to the same conclusion, but after Asta's mastery over Zetten, he claims in chapter 366 he will no longer lose any more fights, as he destroyed all his weaknesses and fears whilst training. We find out Asta's goal and what type of Wizard King he wants to be in this volume. He vows to battle the Black Bulls again when he knows he can beat them all at once at the same time. Now, eventually, with more training after defeating Lucifero, Asta mastered Devil Union to an even more powerful level. He is able to use it for an extended duration of time. But we all know what happens next. After Lucius stole his childhood baddie and booted his ass to the Hino country, he wanted more than anything else to get stronger and beat Lucius. Luckily for him, the Ryuzen 7 are here to help. It's at this point in the story where Asta is introduced to the Zetten concept. Ryu explains that in the Hino country, a person's ki is unconsciously turned into magic. However, when someone does this consciously, they can take that energy and make it erupt in a single part of their body, producing the Zetten attack. Asta compares the process to mana zones from kingdoms, just in this case using ki as its basis and then radiating it. He doesn't have any magic, so he has to substitute it for anti-magic. And in chapter 341, Asta learns that this new technique can be used in multiple different forms, such as someone using 50% of their power in 2 strikes, or evening it out to 20% across 5. Remember, Zetten is an ability that the best of the best Yojutsu users can spend years trying to master and they never do. Yet it only took Asta, my goat, a few days just to do so, proving that this dude and his hard work is making him go to genius levels. Get this, Yusuga described Asta's Zetten as the perfect counter to magic, so much so it was able to return paladins like Ural and Sister Lily to normal after concentrating the ability into his sword and striking them. He was also able to slay the legendary 5-headed dragon while splitting the sky across the entire country, replicating the creator's legendary feat. So Zetten not only increases Asta's power 100 times, but also allows him to further master his anti-magic, granting him arguably the most vital ability in the whole war. This is the power to bestow anti-magic onto other people. Everyone was so weak, so bruh, Asta had to make them like him. Ryu explains this concept to Asta in chapter 367, that Zetten has allowed Asta to make his anti-magic to a new level, and therefore he should be able to use the demon dweller's properties on people. As a result, Asta creates the ultimate Black Bulls team, making these guys even stronger than before despite initially being on the brink of death. Another moment that proved Asta is just on a whole other level is when he makes his grand entrance farming all the aura in the world against Damnatio, where he uses Demon Destroyer to dispel Baal's magic by creating his own mini anti-magic zone. And then, get this, he beats him in his base form without help.
That's why he's the GOAT!
Zetten is the thing which gives Asta the edge in physical combat that Lucius pointed out was his weakness. And in chapter 378, we finally see Asta prove Lucius wrong. He was able to cut through an entourage of Lucius clones and work hand in hand with Yuno. Lucius even says that together they are inherently surpassing his prophecy of total victory. So Asta is so goated, he nullifies fate itself. At this point, he is easily the strongest character in the series. Lucifero, Lucius, any Supreme Devil combined, or even the captains, they would die in one attack against him. Lucius had to steal all the magic in the world just to stand a chance.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Asta becoming the greatest Wizard King of all time is happening more than ever. He's achieving a feat the other 32 never could. Mimosa states, Asta, you even turn former enemies into allies. So, why would anyone want Yuno to become a Wizard King instead again? Please remind me in the comments, because I don't know. Is it even a race at this point for the title? Because in my book, Asta has outlapped Yuno 10 times over. I mean, Tabata even dropped this artwork of Asta's Wizard King outfit, and he's dripped the fuck out looking bossy. So because of all the people Asta united, Mimosa finally reaches our MC to heal him completely. But obviously this takes time, and Yuno must buy more of it. Then we see Asta face planted on the floor. Bro is cooked.
Oh no!
Mimosa states to fully heal Asta's wounds, she needs to use ultimate magic. But if she does that, the other injured people would die. Asta definitely wouldn't want to be the only person saved, so it's a train track situation in real time. However, due to Asta changing the entire world by being the patriarch of good and uniting the people to respect commoners, they all realize, wait a second, we are all NPCs and trash. We're the shit people, not Asta. There's no way we can be more useful than the future Wizard King. So they tell Mimosa to heal Asta anyways, as they would gladly sacrifice themselves. Like,
Damn.
look how far Asta has come. Bro was a laughing stock at the grimoire ceremony. He got treated like shit by every other royal noble for being magicless, and he even got framed for murder. There is countless prejudice against the dude throughout his journey, but because he's so hardworking and selfless, making the world realize their wrongs, now even the most elite squads are stating that he's the most valuable person on their side. Like, bro, it brings a tear on my eye.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Now, whilst this is going down, this epic square-off occurs between Yuno and Lucius on different platforms. Yuno realizes that he is terrified of Asta because he could not predict any of his old enemies coming to the war to take his side, but Lucius is still confident he will win. He showcases how the entire kingdom is turned into rubble, and it will soon be checkmate for Yuno when his anti-magic will run out. We even see a large of every other character destroying the angels. Keep in mind, these are buffed ones ever since Lucius entered his final form 3 chapters ago. That's why they look more evil now. Langris is using his spatial nukes that delete space, Leon is using the magic he trained in the Heart Kingdom and more, and Mimosa's brother are doing their thing. They remember the past and all the words Asta said to them about being better people, and as a result, their resolve to keep destroying the enemy over and over gets stronger, as they even acknowledge Asta, stating, "You're him, you're the MC, you're the one that has to kill Lucius and save us all and become the Wizard King." Mimosa then starts crying that she will fail her future husband, just like in the Lucifera fight when Asta went to fight even though he was half dead. She wasn't able to heal him back then, and that made her feel worse than ever. However, guess what? Uber Eats arrives with Charmy to restore her mana with food, and with this power up, Mimosa becomes more beautiful than ever, revealing her Princess Utopia spell. She heals Asta completely to full health, and just when she's about to die, Asta gets up and kills the bad guy so fast in the blink of an eye that no one saw it coming. Asta then farms all the aura in the world with full rage that he's coming for Lucius and will promise to kill him, which will then save Julius and then make Asta the next Wizard King, just like everyone wants him to be.
Wallahi, you're finished.
Now, if you want to enjoy more peak Black Clover content, especially the latest chapters that just came out, watch my video regarding Asta's final fight before becoming Wizard King that's on your screen right now.